Well, good morning. We are leaving Tofino. And if you are into surfing, I think this is the spot for you.
Yeah, it's really nice out here, especially if you love to surf. People come from all over to surf here. It's actually really strange.
Yeah, it's real cool. Last night, we actually met a gentleman who owned an Escape. His was all debadged and all like that white, nice, clean image there. It was cool. He loves Escapes about as much as we do, it looks like. He and his wife actually lived in there. I think they've got 19. He said?
I think it's 19, yeah.
They lived in theirs for like 6 months.
With their kids, yeah.
Yeah, they're about to do the truck camper thing, it looks like. And then he came over with his buddy. He's trying to convince to buy an Escape. He's like, yeah, come check this out. And so, not a lot of folks have seen Little 13, so that was a fun little experience there. But yeah, we've got to hop a ship here in another. Well, it's 8:30 right now. Technically, we board at what, 12:30?
Technically, the ship leaves at 1:10.
1:10.
But we can check in up to 2 hours early, no later than 30 minutes early. So we need to be there sometime between 11:10 and 12:40.
Yeah, we don't want to be late. But yeah, it was a nice day. It was a nice day. I think that after it's been 10 days?
10 days, yeah. 10
days of about how I feel. You know, there's something about it. There are some places like courtside. I could stay for months. You know, I mean, granted, we get a little itchy feet, but like, it's not because of the out here. It's lovely. It's like it's refreshing. But yeah, I got itchy feet.
The last 2 days got really busy, so
it was packed.
Yeah, so I think that like that kind of just tipped us over the edge there and being ready to go.
Yeah, we got even closer to our neighbors. So.
Yeah.
We've got an hour 22 minutes until Tim Hortons for somebody, and then another hour after that maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
We are sailing, technically. They call it sailing, although it's, you know.
Varying.
I think it's diesel powered, actually. It's what it smells like. Anywho, that is just gorgeous. You know, I gotta say, this is a funny thing. So we were in probably one of the most beautiful campgrounds in all of BC, let alone like one of the most beautiful, slightly more raw, I'm about to lose my hat, campgrounds out there, right?
Yeah.
In all of North America. Oh, lost it.
Oh, get it.
And it's interesting because I didn't mind like the first spot quite as much.
No.
You know, I thought that was okay. We were a little farther away from people, but especially that second spot, and thankfully it was only what?
2 nights.
2 nights, yeah.
But it got really busy in general at the campground, which made it less enjoyable.
Yeah, I'm not a campground person.
Yeah.
I'm not an RV park or campground person. I don't like being that close to folks.
I also think there's a thing like, I don't want to smell other people's fire.
Yeah.
There was a fire ban the first part of the week, and then it lifted yesterday, and so there was a lot of fires last night, and I think we could just like smell it without having our own, and that sucks a little bit.
Well, and I think it's kind of interesting, you know, because it's just sort of a 10 years at least without like ever going to any RV park or campground and getting used to like, we have the places to ourselves, even with a little bit of road noise. It's kind of funny because it's so hard to stay quiet in a campground.
Yeah.
You know, I can just imagine like if I'm laughing at a movie, I'm thinking about all the other folks that might be like accidentally hearing me, or all the people we heard.
Right.
And I'm like, I feel like I'm an awkward part of your conversation.
Right.
And nobody was trying to be like rude, but I just think that's a funny thing. I think it's an inescapable thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, whatever. I'm becoming an old curmudgeon. I feel like I'm becoming a bit of a curmudgeon.
Yeah,
you know?
a little bit.
A bit of a get off my lawn, leave me alone. I don't know what to call it, but oh man, what a beautiful day though.
Yeah, very pretty day. When we took the ferry across the first time, it was a lot cloudier, so it's a lot more clear today, so we can see a lot more, which is nice.
And great views, no whales so far.
I'm looking though.
Yeah, oh, it's great. just like that, we're back. That was a good long drive.
Yes, it was.
Oh, wow, look at the color of this guy.
I believe that was one of the original 13 colors you could get the E13 in.
I think so. Yeah, they're really pretty, aren't they?
Yeah.
Man, I'm pretty confident that most companies are getting away from customization because standardization, even truck companies have done this for a long time, where the wiring harnesses will be the same, so you can get the same features even if you don't pay for them, if you just buy the button, right? And then you just pop out the, you know,
right,
whatever. Whereas, yeah, every one of these guys is like a little snowflake.
Right.
You know, even if they look the same, you know, as another on the outside, that's kind of a cool thing. They're all custom configured, but those do have that front box that the Ellie, the E13, is missing. I gotta say, I don't think I'm gonna miss Ellie that much because we love our E23.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. Ellie is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Very nimble. I gotta say, we put this trailer though through a lot, including the road back out from Tofino to Nanaimo.
Yeah.
That was quite, I mean, that's
that
quite
road's a little crazy.
Yeah, but obviously no issues at all. Even the door, that fridge door was not opening up.
No.
Continuing to open, so that's kind of a funny thing. But yeah, I love this color too. It's kind of mint green, and that's something.
It's a real really pretty nice color, real fun.
I thought the gray water thing would be weird. I don't think it is.
No, it's not that weird.
I'm getting used to it.
Get used to it. Adjust.
And yeah, that bed for one person would be great. Great, put a little topper on there. For two people, I think that was a little tight for us.
For two people, for longer than like a weekend.
Yeah.
Or like maybe a whole week. I could do a whole week comfortably, probably, and be okay. Yeah. By the end of the second week, it's hard to get a little cramped, a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, and you know, I thought that the single axle would matter. And I'm sure that if there were a blowout, then we've been very fortunate, never had one.
Knock on wood.
But yeah, no, not an issue. The windows were awesome, like I thought they'd be. You know, obviously you can configure everything the way that you want it. But yeah, the white, yeah, I mean, yeah, it gets a little dirty after a while. Granted, we were in a pretty dirty spot. So
we were in a lot of dirty spots.
Colt had to find enough time here. I'm amazed how well you know, I thought this was going to be too small. Nope, that's not been an issue. The two burner's been awesome. Storage has been great. Even the sink, this is a small sink that they offer. To my surprise, it has been pretty good. Honestly though, I think adding solar, adding an inverter, a charge controller adds a lot of weight.
Yeah.
But, and then maybe a couple more batteries, and you're pretty well set up there.
Yeah.
Air conditioner. I would add one with a caveat that it has to be either very much out of the way, not on the roof, ideally portable.
I think the fan on the roof is important. I would not trade the fan for an air conditioner, but I do think there should be an air conditioner like lower mounted.
Yeah. See, I would, you know, yeah, just cover that roof with solar and you'd be happy. Yeah. Or portable. You can always do portable solar panels, which is another great option, I think, for most folks. The customer for the E13 is not usually going to be a full-timer. Yeah. Not that you couldn't be, because I know there are people like us that are crazy enough to do it. And we've lived in small, by far. So,
no regrets on Ellie though.
No, I thought it was going to be a little bit more rough in it than it was. It wasn't bad
at all.
Yeah, and I love this color. If we were to buy one, what color would we get? I like that it's brighter.
See, I think I would pick a different color on different sizes. Like, I like this color on the E13. I would probably buy an E13 of this color.
Now that we've seen it.
Yes.
Or maybe a more foresty green.
Maybe a more foresty green, but I feel like that might even be too dark.
This almost looks like really like retro.
This is more fun, more retro, less serious.
Yeah.
The E13's meant to have fun. I like it.
People have been, it's a head turner. I will say it's a head turner.
I might do like a baby blue, like a sky blue.
Yeah, there's a couple like that.
Or like pastel pink would be kind of fun.
We'll have to see, you know, we've got the rally coming up. That's all sorts of customized trailers there and people that are super, you know, escape passionate or fiberglass passionate, and so we'll see what options other folks have chosen and what customizations they've done. So we've got a lot of content coming up about that. Oh, and before I forget, by the way, a window AC. That's what I would want in there. A window AC, probably right under the bed.
My final answer is this color or butter yellow.
Butter yellow?
Yeah. Like a smooth,
not like sunflower yellow.
No, like a smooth, creamy yellow.
So you like the pastel colors. Like they do work.
Like a buttery yellow.
Yeah, I could see it. You know, or honestly though.
And then I'd name it Sunny.
Flamingo pink would be
like
probably
pink,
the tops.
Yeah.
Like pastel colors though. I thought the bathroom would be a deal breaker for me, and it reminds me of living in the van. Yeah. And it also reminded me why we moved out of the van. Yeah. So, but like for a weekend, doesn't matter at all. We've been in it 2 weeks. Yeah. At least, a little over that actually.
I think.
We haven't needed that little portable potty.
We haven't needed it. I love a good walk down to Tim Hortons, so count me in on that if I need a bathroom break.
Yeah, or if you're Planet Fitness.
Yeah, or like if you're at a campground, there's a bathroom. Yeah. So like that was no issue. Like I just walked down to the bathroom when I needed a bathroom.
For most folks. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just trying to think, like I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it was. You just make it work.
You just make it work, and like it wasn't even hard to make work. Like that's the thing, is like it had almost everything we needed.
But tow vehicles, I think that everybody should buy a diesel pickup. I'm just kidding, I'm kidding. But yeah, honestly, a 4Runner, this would be great behind a 4Runner.
It would be great behind.
You could go smaller, an F-150 obviously, that's a Tacoma, sure. You could do a Ranger, would be no problem.
What about a Volvo XC90?
Yes, that should be okay. You know, if you're pulling all the time, yeah, it's going to be a little bit more stress. Make sure you have a transmission cooler. But really anything, ideally, I don't know. I would say anytime you're towing, have a transmission cooler. You could do like a Subaru Ascent would be a good option. I think those have a trans cooler. It's not like they're heavy, but you know, it is stress. And even something as lightweight as this, especially once you start adding your stuff and your, you know, and what's in the vehicle itself. Yeah, I would say like a Subaru Ascent would be a really good car for this. You could do an Outback, but I feel like you're stressing it out. A Forester is not going to pull this. Yeah. You know, something like
Colt's
that.
waiting for his invitation inside.
Yeah, Colt he's made a friend, a bulldog friend.
Winston.
Yeah, Winston. Yeah, he's a good boy. Oh, I know. I think he's excited to be back. I do think Colt misses our 23.
Yeah.
Can we see
I think it's in the
Libby?
shop. It's right there.
You see our trailer?
Yeah, it's right there. Fourth one in.
Oh, hey! How you doing, buddy? Oh, man, I was going to say they have multiple. I mean, this is a huge lot they have here, and then they have another lot. So, oh, how you doing? Hopefully she's getting a good charge. So tomorrow we'll get to chatting with these folks though, and we'll see what our options are on this, and I don't know, maybe there'll be some changes coming. Maybe there won't, I don't know. We'll see what you know that looks like. Of course, all in.
But we're headed to the rally in 4 days.
I'm really excited for the rally. Yeah. Yeah, just a few more days, so. Stay tuned, guys. We've got a lot coming up. I mean, rally and beyond, actually. Some huge changes for the channel. I mean, it might not seem like huge changes for the channel, but we'll have some different content in here than we would normally have. All vlogs, you know, these daily vlogs, which, by the way, final thought here, having them every day or every other day, or, you know, skipping or not, you know, it doesn't seem to make a difference. You guys, actually, I think every day is more popular. It's what it seems. That's what the numbers are showing.
But then people vote oppositely.
They vote whenever you ask. So you can't, basically, you just have to give people what you can give them. You don't ask them what they...
Yeah, just give them what you can give them when you can give it to them.
Yep. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video, guys.
Bye, guys.